guess who we have on the line now? Everybody's favorite, laughing edge rusher for the Eagles. Brandon Graham, how you doing?
What's up, man? How
What's
y'all
up,
doing?
BG?
Who would have thought y'all two together?
Who would have thought? It's good to see you. What are you
Good to
doing
see
these
you.
days? Tell us what you're here to talk about.
Well, I'm here to talk about the cars that's coming out. We've been working on these cars. Just reimagining the whole Super Bowl. Super Bowl 52. And man, just excited. Just to be one of ones with these cars, man. I'm glad that they hit me up to want to get something done.
And you can buy the cards at spectatorsportsart.com with all the proceeds benefiting Operation Kids Next Door. Tell us about Operation Kids Next Door, BG.
Well, they what I love about them, because I'm a gamer. They use gaming to bring people in so that people have somewhere to go so that they can learn, learn how to earn their money, and they doing it all through gaming, and bringing like a safe environment for people to come when they don't have a lot of options, and so I got much respect for that because I definitely relate because gaming definitely saved my life a little bit of just not being out in the neighborhood and that idle time that you have as a kid sometimes because if your mom working or something, you got to be the man of the house. It don't always go well for a lot of people if they got got to choose.
What were the games you were playing back then?
You know what? I was playing Super Mario Brothers. What else we got? I mean, we got a bunch of stuff. I mean, Dreamcast was it for a while until it wasn't until all the Xbox stuff came out. But I feel like that was like my first like really real start was during Dreamcast days.
So obviously you're on a card here. You're a gaming guy. You have those young kids at home. I know you celebrated a birthday this past weekend. What do they get more of a kick out of, you being on a card or you being in the video games?
Hey, well, the kids get it kicked out of just their dad being on, whatever, because they definitely, just enjoy being a part of this whole journey of me playing football. They action already win the games again. They don't know this. They gonna know, baby girl know, this is really my last year coming up. And so, I try to make sure I enjoy all that comes with it right now, man, because to see me being able to put a smile on my face, I think the car is definitely going to be something that they'll hold on to because that's something that's realistic for them to hold.
Well, let's talk about it, BG, because you mentioned it. Maybe, probably your last year coming up. Reports that you guys are trying to get something done. Can we break some news here? How close are we to getting something locked up?
I think things are happening in a positive way. I just know that you got to make sure you take care of your business. First and foremost, before both parties could talk about the plan that they want from you. So I know for me, being here this long, I'm just here to try to help the team, and so I know me and how we gonna get it done, and I got faith in that.
You've been honest about having a farewell tour. I think that's the term you use for us. Is it only in Philadelphia? Like, is Philly the only option for you?
Man, Philly has always been the only option since I got in here. So it's like I really just feel like, man, I'm so welcoming. I mean, it's been so welcoming after it didn't start so good, but winning the Super Bowl definitely changed my mind about this city. And then stuff happening, the way it did with me sacking Tom Brady. I mean, that helped my cause, but man, it was tough in the beginning. But now things have been forgiving, and man, it's been so welcoming, and I'm just trying to make sure that that Philly know that I'm gonna ride with them to the end.
What a superpower to be able to just drop that in every sentence any day of your life. When I sacked Tom Brady and we won the Super Bowl because of it. Um, Let me ask you about Jason Kelce. He announced his retirement obviously on Monday. What did you think of the speech? And like, when you think back of over the past decade playing with Jason, what's like your number one memory?
Well, you know what, Kels, man, he was special, man. Just remembering one thing I could say is he don't care what he got on. It don't matter. He gonna have his flips. I mean, he coming to work. And that's one thing I can love, because if you by looking at him, you wouldn't think too much. You know what I'm saying? He's hiding in plain sight. And man, when he go out there on that field, man, you see, you already know what you're getting, because you've been seen it for so many years, 13 years. And I'm just happy that he's a good dude, and that's really all I care about. With players that come in, like, how are you gonna be remembered? You see, just for them boys to be able to, be vulnerable with each other, they brothers, being able to cry together, man, and really, it really meant something to them. It really put a lot of stuff in perspective on me, too. It's like, man, love the ones that's around, and don't be afraid to be vulnerable and be happy for them. You know what I'm saying? And to show that in that way, because just seeing that, man, them boys, they do everything together, and like they said on the podcast, Travis said, it's almost coming to an end, but it was a great, movie. You know what I'm saying? That was being written during them times, and now it's just time to, move on and do something else and create something different.
And now speaking of that, we had Fletcher Cox in the studio every Tuesday this season. He actually said he was going to bring you along, so we're glad that you're finally on the show. But we'll see what Fletcher decides. Kelsey's not going to be here next year. What's that locker room going to be like without some of these core guys who you've been with for more than a decade?
Well, I think some of the stuff that the guys that's been here, that's still gonna be here, what they learn from some of the guys that's not gonna be here. Like a Kels in his room. They're gonna try to carry that torch, and try to show him or give him something to be proud of when he come back. Because I know when people come back and see me, they didn't know that it was always gonna be like this either, because it didn't start like this. But just to know, like, I shout out Trent Cole and JP. Every time I see them, I know they feel good knowing that I'm still carrying that torch, and know that, original people that was there with me, is still there, showing how it's done. Because when I first came in, JP, they did it a certain way. And when it became, part of what I started doing, he knew that, that he can trust me, to get it done. Because, when you go to any team, man, you're gonna always root for them, because they took a chance on you, and Philly definitely took a chance on me. And I'm just happy to be able to pay it forward. And I'm sure some new guys going to rise to the occasion. But as of now, this year, it's going to be me. Lane still there, hopefully Fletch, and then you're going to have Jalen. That's really growing into his spot. You got AJ and you got Devontae. Who I feel is going to be good on their side of the ball. But it's got to be a collective. We all got a one goal, and that's to go win the Super Bowl. And so with them seeing us the way we handled our business, I think some other guys will start to carry the torch that you don't even know about.
Meanwhile, JP is still carrying his torch all around the league. The guy's still
Hey,
playing. It's unbelievable.
yeah, he's
How
still playing.
how much work have you done, or have you talked at all to Vic Fangio now that you've got a new defensive coordinator in? Do you do any studying or preparing for what that would mean for you on your own, or are you just sort of, I'm at this point in my career, I know what I'm doing when I get there?
Well, yeah, I mean, they should know that I'm all in. I mean, just from what people probably said about me with them coming in, and who they figure was going to be here for this year. But I haven't talked to Fangio at all about nothing about this year. I haven't really seen none of the new people yet, except JK, because he just so happened to come in when I was working out. And that's the DB, the safeties coach that was here year before. But yeah, I'm excited. Just to go out there and learn and pick his brain, because we had some good people in the building last year too, man. Not to, last year was not a wash. It was more to be learned in situations like that, when you got great players and things didn't happen the way you needed it to. I felt like it was good for us to go through that as a team, because everybody who had that felt that pressure of getting back because of what we did the year before. And you got to know, you got to take every year with a different, it's different, because you got a new team, new coaches, all them same coaches wasn't there, and you can definitely feel it a little bit. And we had to learn it all over again.
And so, if and when do get this done with Howie, what kind of role are you expecting? Do you think it's more of like you're the veteran in the locker room, bringing the young guys along? Are you expecting to have some meaningful snaps in there? Is it going to look like last year? How would you expect it to be?
Well, of course, I'm gonna go out there and show my worth, on if I still got it or not. But I know that for me, I'm coming back to help the guys, to mentor the guys. It's, being selfless, going out there, just want to win. And if I ain't playing that much, it's all good. But they know how much, I just really just want to see other people win, because I know that feeling of people seeing me go from where I went from and seeing it, and then coming back and still seeing me here. I want to have that same thing, for like guys like Jordan Davis, and of course Jalen Carter's had a good year his first year, but I want him to take that next step, and I want to help him get there, and I want to really, just pick his brain on like what he think being great is, and then let him know where he's headed in the right direction, and maybe not so much on the other stuff. But I just really want to, be that mentor for the guys to help them, because I know we got a good team, man. It's just all about having that mindset to come with it every day on days that you don't really, want to come.
I've got one last one for you, just sort of looking back, BG. I had the pleasure of getting to spend that one day with Carlene at the game with the family, and that was the Saints game from 2 years ago, and that was the day when Josh Sweat got hurt, right? And so you had to play more snaps than usual. And I thought it was so funny after the game, you were like, man, I am tired, because you had to play like so many more snaps. And so, we always hear about athletes like your career goes on, and the later you get in your career, the more you know, the more you understand, but your body is not what it once was, right? And so when in your career did those two things align best? When did you feel like you were at your best with both like knowing what was going on, but also you had everything you needed in your body?
Coming back from that Super Bowl, I felt real good. Like, what I'm saying? But this year, a little bit, you started to be like, okay, like I can, like when I did get the extra reps, like you said, it's like, if you're not used to it, boy, it's going to be your body. I've almost forgot what it felt like to play a full game, like you said, where it was like, ooh, man, I got like, cause I was doing good all year,
right?
Where I was, I only played 20 some snaps, almost sometimes 15. But when I had to play the 40 and 50, it was like, yeah, like you start to feel that soreness, and, you get bruises in other areas that you don't know until you come down from all the medication you done took to feel good for the game. And, and yeah, man, it's a recovery process that you got to go through for them couple days.
If I can sneak one last one in here, it's that our show today is about free agency. We heard what Jason Kelce said the other day about playing in Philly. If a free agent from a different team calls you up and says, "What's it really like to play for the Eagles?" Give me the straight, honest answer. What's your answer for them?
Well, I'm gonna tell them, man, you better take care of your business, man, when you come in here, because they're gonna call you out on where you're not doing good. So get ready for that. It's gonna be up and down every week, depending on how it goes for you. And I just know you better come in with a mindset, that you want to work, because that's all they really want to see, that you care, and that you for their team, you riding for their team for the year that you are here, or the years that you are here. Come in just with that mindset and be the best version of you, and man, follow the ones that's been here the longest. You know what I'm saying? And you should be definitely fine as long as you balling.
The name of the card is Breakthrough, the sack heard around the world. Once again, you can buy it on SpecterSportsArt.com, with the proceeds benefiting Operation Kids Next Door. All cards are $75, and that includes an exclusive box and encased cards.
Look at that one.
It's right there. Look at how handsome that is. Look at the art on that. Poor Tom Brady. Yeah. I mean, the only time anybody would ever say poor Tom Brady. And there are 1,552 cards in total. 55 for your number and 52 for the Super Bowl. BG, I hope you know that like the chat is lighting up with all these people saying how much they love you. We've got Julia, our producer here, who has like the biggest smile on her face just seeing your smile. You are, I think, a beloved player here in Philadelphia.
No, it's been lovely. And, one thing I will say is, to them other free agents, you got to fight, because it sometimes don't start as good, but as long as you got another chance, like sometimes like every year is different. But you got to stay fighting, because it didn't start off like that for me. And, I just kept fighting, but I had other people around me to help me with that fight. And so that I wouldn't, stop on myself. But, man, you come in fighting, it usually go the other way. And I'm happy it did in my case.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, BG. Enjoy the next couple of days, and good luck. We hope you get some news on your front soon.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
all city like the mayor.